the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
I tell you, he brings the wood when he comes flying up in run support. He may be a safety, but he hits like a linebacker.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Stafford now to throw.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a third down.
So defensively here, you've got Matt Stafford at quarterback. Now, we know he's been in the league a long time, but still getting accustomed to playing in a Rams uniform. So what's your biggest key to stopping it?
Well, normally you would say with any quarterback, it's pressure. Number of hits on him in the pocket, keep knocking him to the ground. But Matthew Stafford is one of the toughest quarterbacks in the league. He just keeps picking himself up and firing downfield. To me, it's that coverage of receivers, and when they go to make a catch, make sure you have someone there trying to make a play on the football. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Akers has got the first down and then some.
And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Stafford.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Folks, remember this, his first NFL game, a rookie getting playing time here in week 1, and he comes through with a giant play there, an interception return for, obviously, his first NFL touchdown.
Do you think he dreamed that last night at all? No chance. Not one whatsoever, but he got it done.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Raymond Calais now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Stafford here coming off his pick 6.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And a good grab there by Cooper Kupp. Picks up a first down for the Rams. And Kupp's gone over the 90 reception mark each of the last 2 years. One of the best route runners, one of the most precise route.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there. And it's second down. After the sack on first down, Stafford to the right side and complete to Jefferson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
On first down, it's Stafford. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Mario Edwards flies in to blow that play up. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And the Bears are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play action. It's Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
2nd and 10, Fields again. This one swung out to Montgomery. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
2nd and 6.
On play action, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Rams, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Out of his end zone now is Calais. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the 8. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Out of his end zone now is Calais. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Now a first down throw. Stafford. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On first down, Stafford here. Man open is Robinson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. 2nd and 14. Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Cam Akers, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down at the 2. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. Busts through the tackle, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Back to Montgomery on second down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. They shakes him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Powell on the return. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And my goodness, another interception. T.J. Green with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Fields.
Caught on the right side by Jones. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area and he just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery.
Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Here's Fields on the sneak.
Fields on the keeper.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Now it's Fields.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Ernest Jones in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields.
Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that,
Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To throw is Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Out of his end zone now is Calais. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Eddie Goldman forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Stafford. Oh, he bowls over it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And that one almost intercepted. Boy, he's got 2 already, nearly a 3rd, but not to be, and it's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, standing just outside his own goal line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over.
47-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. Fields. His throw incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Fields now to throw. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Well, you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Rams 7. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Out of his end zone now is Calais. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 28-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 18, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Out of his end zone now is Calais. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard
line. Stafford here coming off his pick 6. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
At the 25-yard line.
Stafford now to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Stafford. This is caught by Robinson. And just shutting him off there. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 44, Stafford, he's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 12, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like this.
Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, You go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy,